Hello, folks. Frank here. We're going to discuss the Eero 400 race at Chicagoland. It was a pretty good race. I'm just going to go start out with that. Pretty good. It's right on par with Kansas. A little bit more unknown, but yes, the box score shows that Toyota had 7 in the top 10 and may have had the top 3 spots. But I think Hendrick has made another major step in figuring out the new Chevrolet body, and it showed in this race because William Byron swept the stages, something he hasn't really done in a while, and he showed to be one of the fastest cars in the race. And had Kyle Larson not had a spin, flat tire, damaging the under part of his car, which I don't think a spin should ruin your day. But I digress. He probably would have, Kyle Larson would have finished top 5 or better. And if that would have happened and everybody finishes as they did, that would have made 6 Toyotas instead of 7. Pretty good race, like I said. William Byron by far led the most laps at 94. Second closest was the eventual winner, Chase Briscoe. Congratulations to him on his first career win of the year. Denny Hamlin, now that he's in the points lead, is now starting to pull away from Tyler Reddick, who continues to have problems. Since Michigan, he has only had one top 5 finish. Now is at Pocono. He is hemorrhaging points race after race. And it's not because he ain't performing. It's just all the good luck he had in the first part of the season. I think that good luck coin has now flipped to bad luck because he was virtually untouchable in the spring into the early stage, well, basically all spring. And now he just can't catch a break. He's had speed. Toyota's had speed across the board, but now he's not only hemorrhaging enough points to lose the points lead, now he's getting distanced by Denny Hamlin, who continues to map out top 5s after top 5s on these ovals. And also it helps that he gained points on him at both road courses because Tyler Reddick's misfortune. So let's just go right to Tyler Reddick. He had probably a top 10 car, maybe top 5 if the race played out, but the way it was playing, maybe top 10, maybe right around the top 5, maybe. But ultimately, debris or something went through his grill and punctured his radiator, causing the radiator to leak all that coolant and all that fluid all over the car and the racetrack. Ultimately, resulting in Tyler Reddick having a 36th place finish. Before this race, he was sitting on a 24 position average finish. Now that's probably going to plummet back down to probably 26th or later. That's not the kind of run you want to have if you especially want to go for the championship. He might have some luck next week at Atlanta, which New Atlanta is basically a crapshoot anyway. But he's shown to be strong there at these kind of races where Denny Hamlin proves to struggle ever since we went to the next-gen car. But it was a good race. I give it probably an 8 out of 10. That was a really good race. O'Reilly Series, of course, beat him out with a better race. I think they had a 9. It came down to Joe Gibbs Racing, 1, 2, 3. With Ty Gibbs being the 4th one in 8th place. And Corey Heim inking out another top 10. I'm telling you guys, Corey Heim is going to be Heim timing next year. He already has that win. I would not be surprised if he's a top 5 threat in the regular season point standings, if not more, because he has proven in the Truck Series that he's a force to be reckoned with. And with the way these Toyotas running, he's probably going to continue to be a top 5, top 10 threat. But it remains to be seen because these Chevrolets are really starting to figure out their car. And yes, you only had 2 Chevrolets in the top 10 and an additional 5 more in the top 20. But that doesn't tell the whole race because it was a tale of Hendrick versus 2311 and Joe Gibbs all race long. And you had a couple Fords peppered through there with Ryan Blaney, at times Austin Cindric, and Chris Buescher. They were peppered through the top 10, top 15 all race long. I think we're a couple of weeks away from Hendrick, who's going to start stealing win after win from Toyota. I think we're only a few weeks away from that. The way they're picking up on the body now. And next year, it's going to be even worse because Ford's going to have a new body, so they're going to be behind the eight ball. And by that time, Chevrolet and Toyota will be just duking it out for win after win. But your top 10 for this race, Chase Briscoe, his first win of the year. Christopher Bell, Mr. Second Place, as he said in post-race. He's the second place guy. And Denny Hamlin, top 3. He's continuing to be strong in these mile and a halves. William Byron, after a dominating performance, did not have the long run car, finishes 4th. Alex Bowman with his first top 5 of the year. Maybe he's starting to put this together now. Maybe he's got his medical gremlins behind his back for the season. Bubba Wallace with a strong top 10 was 6th. Ryan Blaney in 7th. Ty Gibbs, Corey Heim, and Riley Herbst with the top 10. Chase Elliott just outside the top 10 in 11th. Joe Logano showed no speed but managed to ink out of 12th. So it was a good race. A lot of cautions. I think we had 7 total. First one, lap 1, missed because you had Connor Zelich, is very good at going out in the first handful of laps lately. And then you had Zane Smith and Carson Hocevar playing bumper tag with each other and bounced off the wall, ruining Hocevar's race. You had Austin Hill, by seemingly the help of SVG, backs in the defense hard. I think, is there going to be a feud between these two? If you ask Austin Hill, yes. But you know Austin Hill, he's going to get him back. He's like that. He's not going to let that simmer. He'll probably he's dumb enough to right hook him next week. I would not be surprised if he tries to right hook him. Like I said, William Byron sweeps the stages. So there was no tire failures today, not really. You had cars getting loose and spinning out and slapping the wall and breaking radiators and not, but no tire failures. We had one. I think we only had one tire that was cording that was at least that I saw, and that was Ty Gibbs. And Kyle Larson was missing from that top 10 because he spun out, got a flat tire, ruined his day. Because you get a flat tire and you drive it around the track, you're gonna ruin the precious underbody of these cars and basically renders your day useless the rest of the day. I think they really need to lift these cars up. I think we need to go back to like ride heights, just enough to keep these cars off the ground because we're too glued to this ground, especially with this body. The simplest fix is to do a permanent ride height. I don't know, inch, 2 inch, whatever we would settle on, but I think a ride height rule should be re-implemented. It would get these cars off the ground instead of being sucked on the ground so much, and maybe it would help these flat tires too if the cars are sitting higher. Like I said earlier, I give this race an 8 out of 10. Point standings, Denny Hamlin grows his points lead to 44 over Tyler Reddick. Ryan Blaney actually lost a couple points, but he's still in third at 113 back. Ty Gibbs moves up to 4th, 137 back. And you got Chase Elliott and Kyle Larson just a point from each other, 180 and 181. Chris Buescher holds steady at 7th. You got Chase Briscoe jumps up to 8th now, 226 back. Carson Hocevar 9th. Christopher Bell 10th. Daniel Suarez drops to 11th. William Byron 12th. Bubba Wallace 13th. Shane Van Gisbergen 14th. Austin Cindric 15th. And rounding out your top 16, Eric Jones. Comment below what you think of this race. What you want to discuss that we can discuss further about this race. And we'll see you in the next video. See you later.